Andreas Krieg is a senior lecturer at the School of Security Studies at King's College in London. He says all indications point to Israel as being behind those extraordinary events.
However, I mean, if you look from a cui bono sort of approach, there is no other party anywhere in the region that would benefit from this sort of attack. And obviously, considering that this war has been going on for nearly a year between Hezbollah and Israel, Israel is clearly the most capable and probably the only capable party in the Middle East who could have done that.
It is an extraordinary attack. Just tell us what we know at the moment about how it might have been carried out.
Now, it is extraordinary in terms of the kind of coordination that would have been necessary, the pre-planning. So basically what we know now is, or what we think to know, is that Hezbollah has shifted to pages a couple of months ago, by basically banning also mobile phones being used because they have security risks. These pages all seem to be centrally sourced, most likely Motorollas, and somewhere Israel would have had to interfere and infiltrate the supply chain of Motorollas being distributed across the Hezbollah network. There was what we call a 0-day sort of vulnerability implanted in this, most likely a bug together with some explosives, and they could have been then all remotely been activated from Israel today at the same time. And the fact that we have obviously dozens, hundreds of injured, obviously, and at least 8 to 10 people dead, suggests that this has been a massive attack in terms of the scale. It's been geographically distributed, which is also very, very new, and also very much a networked attack. The question is just why.
And we will come on to that, but just in terms of what, in terms of infiltrating the actual sort of hardware supply chain, do we know where? Obviously, we don't know exactly which phones or which pages we use, which company made them as yet, but which countries supply Hezbollah with this sort of material?
Now, it's quite likely that Iran, who's obviously heavily supplying the axis of resistance, Hezbollah being sort of the crown jewel of the axis of resistance, that Iran was behind the supply of this. We've seen over the last couple of months already loads of attacks inside Iran against Iranian targets by Israel, which also suggests that Iran is heavily infiltrated and compromised across its supply chain. And that might have well very much happened here. Motorolla seems to be the supplier here. The question is to what extent Israel would have been able to use its links into Motorolla to basically implant a device across, hundreds and hundreds of these sort of pages. That's quite a remarkable operation.